Welcome students. Today our topic is survey of overhead lines. In the previous lecture we discussed about the overhead structure, construction of overhead lines and all. Uh, the factors concerning the route which could affect the cost of the work for the overhead line construction is that the excessive deviation from a straight line. The cost of the deviation depend upon the size of the conductor and the type of line construction employed. Excessive rock blasting, a route through a swamp or peat block where expensive special foundation have to be employed and access is difficult for the greater part of the year, and a route involving awkward contour where there is an expense of long spans, long poles or section points in excess of about 1 for every 10 spans. Now, when we discuss about the preparation of construction work, we have 5 points like preparation of estimation. We have to prepare the estimation, how much estimation we have to spend on the overall construction work, or we can say the how much money we are spending on. So we have to prepare a estimation for that construction work. Second is transportation. So throughout the line we have various points where we are going to erect a pole, or we can say that we are going to erect a transmission tower on that point. So on that point we have to provide our material, our tools, our manpower. So at that point we have the transportation is very necessary. Next is staff. The staff is also there because without staff we not be able to complete our construction work, because the labor is who is going to build a tower or like that, and the staff or we can say that a supervisor engineer who can observe each and everything. So it also an important part for the construction work. And tools and plants. So without tools we are not be able to prepare anything. And the marking of trees for falling throughout the line, or we can say that where our line goes, there are several points where very big trees are there. So some trees are just like they are about to fall in a couple of year or a couple of months. So we have to marking these trees, so we can identify and easily we can observe. Now, the few points to be considered at the time of erection of overhead lines, and these are the continuous ground wire earth at the substation should be provided. Every fourth span of pole and first and last pole should be properly earthed, and wire should be joined properly through the continuous earth wire. The clearance of conductor from the ground and adjoining should be according to the IE rule 77, 78, 79 and 80. All metallic parts, line components should be earthed properly. Permissible spacing between the conductor should be maintained through the lines. Anti-clamping devices and danger plate should be fixed at each and every pole. These are mandatory. It have to be provided on each and every pole. 1/6 of the pole should be properly buried and remain in the soil. The joint of the conductor should be mechanically strong and in proper sleeves. The conductor should be tightened on the insulator properly and with binding wires. Guard wire should be provided where essential. Pole steps should be provided in the tower for linemen to climb the pole, and the proper jumper should be used where required. So these are the points to be considered for of erection of overhead line. The points to keep in view to design an overhead line are also that the line should be able to meet the desired load demand efficiently. The line should be able to withstand adverse atmospheric condition. The voltage drop along the line should be within prescribed limits, and the cost of the overhead line should be tolerable. So these are the points which we have to consider for designing of the overhead lines. Now, when we talk about the method of erection of pole, we have two type of method, that is deadman method and a derrick pole method. Now, you see the picture of a deadman method of erection pole, or we can say that the deadman pole erection method. In this method, we just dig a pit and just provide a wooden board here, and just at here we just put our pole here, and from this, at the top of the pole, we just tie a rope in the four direction, and we just push it, and first we slide downward to the board, and then the pole is just touched to the bottom of the pit, and after that we just tighten the that rope. The pole will go upward and just be providing the support structure bottom here. Like this, the pole will go erect, and after that finally we just buried it. So it is the deadman pole method. Second is the derrick pole method. In this method, it is a very complicated method, because in this method the pole will experience a uh, in this method the pole will experience a too much pressure, because the pole on this pole, where we tie a rope for lifting it, so at that point it will this is a derrick pole method. It is a method in which the pole experience too much pressure, because on the top of this pole, we are uh, just tighten the. Next is a derrick pole method. In this method, we just dig a pit, we provide a board here, and lie our pole just like you are seeing in this figure, and here that we are just providing a derrick pole here, and on this pole we are just providing pulley and all, and with the help of this pole we just lifting this our RCC pole, or we can say that our concrete pole. uh, so and when we lifting it, this pole will slide go down, and after that it will be we just buried, and the skid board we can remove when the pole is erected. So this is a derrick pole method. Now, when we talk about the conductor erection, we have a delivery of conductor, how we can deliver a conductor, running out and stringing of conductor, tensioning and sagging of conductor, jointing of conductor in bows. Now, you see the unloading of conductor drum from truck, that the conductor are just come in a drum which is in a circular shape. So by this we can loading on the truck and unloading on the truck by rolling only. So this is a simple method of unloading and loading of conductor drum. And second is that how we can say that the running out conductor, or a stringing of a conductor, we just putting a conductor drum here, and just we just took our conductor over the pole to pole like this. We can you can see easily by the arrow. So we have there is a line support is there. From the line support we just from the line support 1 to 2 and to next, like this. This is another method of stringing and sagging of the conductor. Now, when we talk about the cross arms, we have a various type of cross arm here. You can see easily that MS channel or a wooden cross arm, U-shaped cross arm, V-shaped cross arm, and zigzag cross arm. The various type of cross arm is also there. And on the cross arm, we just providing the insulator, just like here, the insulator is putting on that place only. Now it is a how can we can fix the cross arm on the pole, just like here we have a pole, and with the help of nut and bolt, and help of clamp also, we just tighten the cross arm across the pole, just like you can see easily in this figure. Now, one thing is also that how we are putting guys and stay. Here, the guys and stay is installed. That here it is a pole. We installed this guys and stay assembly to protect the pole from fall. So, if the pole is just uh, going to fall in a direction, particular direction, then in the opposite direction we just providing a guys and stay. In this stay we have this stay insulator, and in a guy we have this assembly is also there. So and in the bottom of that, with the help of RCC or the cement and concrete, that this assembly just fitted in the ground, and all this assembly is connected to the top of this pole. So it will provide a we can say that it will control the pole and protect the pole from fall. Now, the guarding of overhead lines, that is very important thing, because wherever we go, the overhead line cross the roads, railways, rivers, everywhere it is crossing. So we have to provide some structure or something like that. So if our overhead line is fall, so it will not harm anybody or anything else. So just like here we have a figure like guarding for telegraph lines. So we have here a telegraph line here and a guard wire here. So and we are providing just guide wire by providing this three wire. If conductor fall, it will be just stop here and not able to contact here in the telegraph line. So it will protect the telegraph line. Next is guarding for railway lines. So here we just provide some net over the tower. Here on the pole we just provided here, and if if in the any fault condition, and the pole will the conductor will break or fall, it will just stop here. Again, that is the guarding of road crossing. So if the conductor break, then it will just stop here, and it will uh, protect the vehicles and anybody who can go on this road. Again, the cradle provided in 11 kV lines, and the last one is the cage guard system. Like we have just this RYBR and in this form. So we just block this in the real conductor insulator, and just block this, and this will be in insulator, or we can say that the guarding provide as a guard. Now that's all for today. The next subject is we are studying in next video.